Alright, this is going to be an unboxing, the first impressions of this new CRBN DRV Hopper. There isn't a whole lot of info out there. When I was trying to do some research, I was torn between the Spire 5 and the Control 2. I was for tournament level play, those are kind of the go-to. So far, every product I've purchased by CRBN, I've been happy with. It was on sale, so I figured I'd give it a try and open it up. Get everybody on the same page. It does come with a case, like a lot of the CRBN stuff does, either a wash bag or the mask come in the right case. And comparatively, I do prefer this case over something like the Exalt or HK, which are two of the more popular ones out there. A lot of CRBN stuff is minimalist design, but super functionality and very high performance. So it is what it is. Comes with the case, comes with some extras. Charging cable, we'll go over that in a second. And then what they call a rain lid. Old school guys call this a normal lid. See, it comes with a speed feed. This is my preferred speed feed style with the actual hinge system. Don't like a ton of HK products out there, but HK do make my favorite speed feed with their Evo. Obviously, CRBN's colors are black and orange, so you're kind of shoehorned into this. This is kind of a pre-production run, so who knows, at the actual release, we're going to get something different. So, speed feed comes standard, rain lid comes standard. One of the big selling features on this, it comes with this is a metal, I believe it's aluminum. I don't have any way to specifically test that at the moment. But so we got metal feed neck, pretty decent plastic. Again, I don't have, if I was in my garage, I'd be able to test what kind of plastic it was, but hard, not too, doesn't look like it'd be too brittle. To open this hopper up, it's actually one button, even though it looks like two. Hinge system, pretty easy. As with most things these days, everything's toolless. There's a little orange, what looks like button down here. Just pop that up, and this whole unit slides out. That's the main drive unit. You break this down even further. Obviously, this comes out as magnetic. And so this is the drive unit itself. Obviously, the other big selling features, it does come with a screen. You can adjust the stack force. So unlike some of the tournament loaders out there, this one is kind of old school to where it is force fed, like the old Halos, which is how they're going to get that advertised speed, which they say. Obviously, I have a die rotor, that's what I've been using, so speeds really quickly when it's not jammed. So with the constant jamming, and my local field got some pretty gnarly paint this last shipment, and get a lot of breaks in the hopper, so I wanted something a little more reliable, other than having to wipe out the entire gun, the entire hopper in between every single point lately. So anyway, this is the drive system. You can see it's got visible eyes. I'm a fan of the eyes. It's like a planetary gear drive, which is good. It'll get you smaller footprint, and you can kind of adjust your gear ratio as whatever's needed. Little slot up here. Go in there. Trying to do this in the camera. Don't look too smart. This drive unit So you can change the color of everything on here. So you can change the color, the force, the timer, obviously. And then about shows the firmware and shut it down. Let's auto shut off. So this is how it's going to get its stack height. So once the balls are feeding through the actual stack, it's going to put force on there. So when it does free up, there's actual force pushing the balls down the feed neck. Well, there it is, the carbon hopper. Don't have too much I can talk about it. There are professional reviewers and stuff out there. I'm not going to give you a full review now. It's kind of just my first impressions. So I'm going to start with the cons. So I will say this hopper is heavy. It's got heft to it, and it's not that large for being this heavy. What they're calling an advertising feature, I'm not too much of a fan of. I don't see the point in having this metal feed neck. I'm sure there's a person or two in the history of paintball that's broken theirs off, and I'm sure in the comment section there will be plenty of people to mention how they break theirs off all the time. I've never had that issue. I prefer it to be plastic personally, because the biggest con with this hopper is the price. Retails $300. Don't know what that is in other people's money, but $300 US for the smallest hopper of this caliber. I imagine they're going to come out with ways to make this more affordable, and I would imagine the first thing they're going to do is dump the screen and probably dump the metal feed neck. I would like to see some custom colors down the line. But other than those two things, this is a good hopper. As I start playing more, I'll probably follow up with a review of what I actually think about it. But just so far, I've only been able to do like a mag dump or two in hurricane season down south. So it's raining just about every time I try to go use this. So, other than that, this is the carbon hopper.